think I vote? Do you want me to vote?
Nah, nobody does.
I played at Trump National. I spent like fucking $1,000 on merch. They're like, this before you gave me the teacup. They're like, you're buying a lot of stuff. In the pro shop, I was like, it's like Nazi memorabilia. I buy a Trump flag every time. I can't help it. Oh.
What'd you get? Like a bunch of just Trump gear?
I gave it to my dad, and my dad is so anti-Trump. And I was like, it's a good looking golf shirt. He's like, yeah. I go, look at your sleeve. He goes, what the f***?
Bert Kreischer isn't just a comedian. He's a larger-than-life personality who thrives on outrageous stories and wild antics. One of his most ridiculous moments? Dropping $1,000 on Trump merchandise at a golf course. Not because he's a supporter, but because, to him, it was like collecting Nazi memorabilia. Shocking, over the top, and just plain funny. Bert couldn't resist the bit. He loaded up on Trump gear and gave it all to his dad, who happens to be very anti-Trump. At first, his dad thought the golf shirt was nice, until he saw the sleeve. His reaction, absolute disbelief. And that's classic Bert. He'll commit to the joke no matter what, whether it's spending absurd amounts of money or telling legendary stories like The Machine. From college party legend to comedy superstar, Bert Kreischer has built his career on being unapologetically himself. Wild, unpredictable, and always hilarious. Love him or think he takes jokes too far, there's no denying. There's nobody like Bert Kreischer.
Biden would, in a closed door circumstance where he could be the guy that he really is.
Yeah.
I think he'd have to.
Don't take this the wrong way, okay? I think Trump would love you. Like, he'd be like, this guy gets it.
Man, and I thought I had yes men. This guy.
This guy. And you'd be like, okay, I hate to admit it, but he's the greatest guy I've ever met.
I gotta be honest with you. Mar-a-Lago is awesome.
I'm spending the night at the White House next week.
I can't believe this. He showed me naked pictures of his daughter.
Bert Kreischer has built his entire career on saying the things most people wouldn't dare to say, and this moment is the perfect example. It starts off simple. He wonders if, behind closed doors, Biden is a different kind of guy, maybe even more himself when the cameras aren't rolling. But because this is Bert, a straightforward thought isn't enough. He has to take it further. Suddenly, he's joking about Trump loving him, looking at him like he's finally found the perfect yes man. In Bert's wild imagination, he's not just hanging out at Mar-a-Lago, he's fully in on the madness. And just when you think the joke has peaked, he throws in the most jaw-dropping punchline. I can't believe he showed me naked pictures of his daughter. The room erupts, some laughing in shock, others in total disbelief. But that's classic Bert. He doesn't just tell a joke, he pushes it, stretching the limits of what's acceptable until the tension breaks and everyone is laughing, sometimes because they don't know what else to do. His comedy isn't about being polished or careful. It's about going all in, throwing caution out the window, and seeing just how far he can take things. And that's why Bert Kreischer isn't just another comedian. He's a force of nature.
Video of Trump, this was like from a year ago, and nobody see this video. It's Trump buying a gun. Has anyone else seen that video? Oh, you saw it? Dude, it's the fucking funniest video. He comes into the gun store and he just pirouettes. He just goes, I want that one. and the gun guy's like, we knew you'd like that one. And I'm like, no, you didn't, motherfucker. You didn't know which gun Trump would like. Was it attached to a McChicken or a pussy? Then no. You didn't know which gun Trump would like. And then he asks the funniest thing. He's paying for the gun. He just goes, do you make those here? He thinks that they make the guns at the gun store. That in the back of every gun store, there's like a gun Keebler elf. Like, gotta make these guns, you know? Get ready for back to school, you know?
Bert Kreischer doesn't just tell stories. He makes stories unforgettable with his unique spin on the absurd. This one about Trump buying a gun is a perfect example of Bert's wild storytelling. He's got this footage of Trump, something no one else has seen. And in it, Trump walks into the gun store like he owns the place. He doesn't just walk in, he does a pirouette, like he's auditioning for a role in a Broadway show before confidently pointing to a gun and saying, I want that one. The gun store employee, with no hesitation, responds, "We knew you'd like that one." And Bert, of course, can't help but rip on the guy, claiming there's no way he could have predicted which gun Trump would pick, unless it had some bizarre Trump-specific quality to it, like a me chicken's pussy, just the kind of absurd humor that Bert is known for. But it gets even crazier when Trump asks, "Do you make these here?" He's genuinely wondering if they have some sort of magical gun-making operation going on in the back, like a hidden workshop with a team of elves assembling firearms in the dark. Bert, of course, runs with that idea, imagining a tiny gun Keebler elf in the back, working away on his next masterpiece, as if that's how gun stores operate. And that's the genius of Bert. He takes a simple moment and turns it into pure chaos. What's funny is how he reads into the situation, exaggerating Trump's reactions, making him look like a total fish out of water in this entirely ordinary moment. He doesn't just show you a funny clip, he embellishes the absurdity of it all. In Bert's world, every little interaction is bigger, crazier, and more out of control than anyone could have imagined. And that's why audiences eat it up. Bert's ability to take real-life moments and run with them, pushing them further than anyone would dare, is what makes his comedy so unique and unforgettable. Whether you're laughing at the absurdity of Trump's innocent question or just picturing the tiny elf in the back of the store, one thing's for sure, Bert Kreischer knows how to make even the most mundane moments hilarious.
I got invited to the Republican National Convention. They wanted me to go as like an influencer. And I was like, fucking absolutely. And Liam was like, absolutely not. You are the Billy Bush motherfucker that'll get caught going, yeah, grab her in the pussy. Like, I just can't help it. I don't like confrontation. So whatever anyone says, I just agree with.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
So if you would have been like, yo, grab her by the pussy,
like, hell yeah. Oh, easy. Wait, dude.
he would have yes-anded that shit. Yeah.
I'd been like, I'll tell, because I tell a story. If you tell me a story, I try to tell a better story. I'm like, I got a better story than that, Donald. Like, I should not. That's why I shouldn't watch politics.
He'd love you.
He would love me.
Yeah.
Bert Kreischer's honesty is one of the things that makes him so unpredictable and hilarious. One of his most outlandish stories comes from when he got invited to the Republican National Convention. They wanted him to attend as an influencer, and Bert, being Bert, immediately said yes. But his friend Liam was having none of it. Liam straight up told him, "You're going to be the next Billy Bush," caught on camera saying some wild stuff. But Bert, not one to shy away from a good story, admitted that he's just the type to go along with whatever anyone says. He hates confrontation, so if someone tells him something outrageous, he'll just agree. In typical Bert fashion, he imagines himself in a scenario where someone tells him, "Grab her by the explicit," and he's not even flinching. He'd be like, "Hell yeah, I'll do it." It's that commitment to the bit that Bert brings to everything he does. He doesn't just go along with the crazy stuff. He takes it and runs with it, trying to one-up the outrageousness with a better story of his own. He fully admits that this is why he shouldn't get involved with politics, because with his personality, he's the kind of guy who would be swept up in the madness and take it too far just to tell a bigger, wilder story. That's the kind of guy Bert is, and whether you're laughing at his outrageous hypotheticals or shaking your head, one thing is clear, Bert Kreischer would thrive in the chaos. Would Trump love him? You bet.